Okay, let's look at the question. Normalize this relational database into 4 tables. How many is it now? It's 2. We'll break it apart into 4. Including the employee table, indicate all necessary relationships, primary keys, foreign keys. All right, so let's give this a go, shall we? To start with, I need to think about if there are 4 tables, what should the tables be? Okay. Now, what is a table? Let's get back to the question. A table is a set of data. Here we go. That all relates to a single kind of object or entity, right? So, for instance, she has a loans table, right? She's called this her loans table because she says this all relates to every loan that I've got. You've got to know what's being loaned, who it's being loaned to, when, and so on. Okay. In the same way, if you go further up a little bit, if I can aim, you've got an employee table, right? The table refers to an object, an entity, a kind of thing in my system, employee, and it tells me all the stuff about the employee. Okay. So let's think about what are the objects or items that exist in this system which we could possibly make tables about. Now we just named 2. Okay. We've got loans and we've got employees. What else could we make tables about? Okay, yeah, what would redundant data? Give me an example, yeah.
Item.
Okay, items. Right, so the actual stock take scanners, laptops, blah, blah, blah. The actual things being loaned, okay? Good, 1, 2, 3. What else? Go back to the table. Sorry, say it again. Department, good. Now, before I write that down, the reason why we would say department is because you look at this table. See, this is the table which we said. Do you see how the parts correspond to each other, part A, part B? Look at this table. It's full of redundant data. The reason it's full of redundant data is it's really 3 tables kind of mashed into one. So this is the table that I'm going to break apart. When you've got a redundant table, that's the one that you divide up. Okay. So I think we said department, right? Good. Is there anything else? That's 4. That's 4. Is there anything else? That's what I mean. This is 4, but should it be those 4 is my question. Is there anything else that we could make a table out of? Because this is the first 4 we thought of, but the first ones you think of aren't necessarily right. Now I know it was a while, but some of you should be telling me a 5th one because it's what you included in your diagram.
Supervisors.
Right, supervisors. Just like employees, supervisors are an object in the system, right? And they're different from employees, right? They're sort of like on a level up, right? So we know different things about them, okay? Now I think you can probably stop there, right? There's 5 different objects, entities, things that we could make tables about. So now I have to choose. Now it might not be 5. It could have been 15, right? It depends on the kind of question. Here there's not too many options. Now it's for a good reason actually that most of you did not think of supervisors, okay? Because out of these 5, I have to pick 4. If I had to kick one out, right, it would have to be one of these. Why do I pick out those tables? Why is it one of these that I have to kick out? Why can't I kick out these? Have a think about it.
They're unique in that.
Say that again.
The other 3 are unique. Like, you can't. There's department supervisors, links, and then.
Ah, okay. Let's get at this. You said 2 things, which sort of meant the same thing, but one was a better way to say it. You said these ones are all unique, right? So you can't get rid of them because if you remove them, you remove information which you need in the system. That's one way to say it. A better way to say it is, which you said secondly, these 2 tables here are linked. They're not just linked in any way though. What kind of relationship do they have? I just talked about it. It's 1-to-1, right? Right? So really, to talk about supervisors is to talk about departments, right? And to talk about departments is to talk about supervisors, right? They're almost interchangeable in no way. They're not quite. I'm going to suggest that the better option out of these 2 is departments. Okay? As I go through and create the schema, you have to think about why that's the case, okay? But I think that's probably the better way to go.